Here at Channel 7 tonight, we held a special Facebook Live town hall event, America in Crisis, a conversation on race relations in Detroit. I co-hosted the event with Glenda Lewis, who joins us now with how this important topic is impacting our community and the response we have from viewers. Glenda?
Oh, it was quite a conversation with us tonight, Carolyn, and it's that uncomfortable conversation that in an instant has turned commonplace in American homes right now. So we tackled the topic in a virtual town hall meeting with some of the leaders who are the pulse of our community.
This has to be all hands on deck.
8 of us speaking from the heart about what's on the minds of our community as sensitivity peaks about race relations.
Black women are the most educated demographic in this country, and we are still paid less than everyone else. Our communities are still suffering the most.
An hour-long discussion that really could have gone all night, with each panelist recognizing talk needs to continue until tangible and intangible change is made.
Fight the problem where the nucleus is. I mean, the racism comes from people in your community. You have to fight that where you are.
There were some powerful images of acceptance. That's the difference in this movement, is that other races came out and came together.
Blacks, whites, young and old, all coming together and marching and protesting.
Parents, take your kids to the National Arab American Museum. Take them to the Charles Wright Museum. Make each other learn about the various cultures. That's not something that we should be fearful of. It's something that we should embrace.
What can't continue to be embraced? Unbalance in education that led Detroit's school leader to call it for what it is: bias.
But if you just look at state and local funding, the average student in Detroit receives less than a kid in Grosse Pointe, in Birmingham, and Southfield. How in the world in 2020 are we still talking about a state funding system that at the minimum doesn't give everyone the same? Our kids, my kids, want what you have.
And here's how the Detroit Police Deputy Chief described his thoughts on defunding the police.
When you look at the fact that for years, the Detroit Police Department was underfunded, it still is not fully funded. So how do you defund something that's underfunded?
I would say DPD is probably about as good a major police department as you are going to get. That is like saying you are the best 8-track cassette player on the planet, right? They are absolutely very good at doing something that we don't need to be done anymore, because we spend way too much on law enforcement and not enough on true public safety.
We know systemic racism isn't new. We've been looking a lot at the symptoms of that. We have to start looking at the root causes.
The more we talk about it, the more I feel like they'll be dealt with, the better they'll be dealt with.
Our special thanks to Editorial Director Chuck Stokes, United Way CEO Dr. Darian Hudson, Detroit School Superintendent Dr. Nikolai Vitti, Detroit Justice Center Attorney Eric Williams, 7mileradio.com CEO Mark DeAndre, and Detroit Police Deputy Chief Todd Bettison. It was quite a conversation tonight.